I see the world through actual reality rather than through appearances, at a time when appearance and reality are not the same. I see the truth through the Word of God, the one God. Whether you accept it or you don't is irrelevant to me. The Quran is the Word of God. My scholarship is built on truth in the Quran. And when we go to the Quran, we find from the Quran that Gog and Magog are human beings. If you want knowledge, go first to the Quran, don't go elsewhere. And when you go to the Quran, you know there are three kinds of beings. There are the angels, there are jinn, and there are human beings. The Quran speaks of Gog and Magog as those who commit fasad. The Quran does not speak of anything else other than these three. Because fasad is a sinful deed. Animals don't commit sin. Trees and plants don't commit sin. Birds don't commit sin. Only human beings and jinn commit sin, not angels. Human beings and jinn have a free will. And if Yakjuj and Makjuj commit fasad, then even a schoolboy will know they have to be either human beings or jinn. But we have to eliminate jinn. Why? Because when Zulkarnain built a barrier built of blocks of iron, he blocked the passage in between the mountains. Then Yakjuj and Makjuj could neither penetrate nor could not scale that barrier. They were contained. But you can't contain jinn with a barrier or a wall. They will pass through the wall. And therefore even a schoolboy will come to the conclusion that Yakjuj and Makjuj are not angels. Yakjuj and Makjuj are not jinn. Yakjuj and Makjuj are human beings. But this elementary analysis is beyond their capacity to comprehend. They are a tribe of people who all commit fasad and who all live the same way. And Allah has reserved the greatest punishment of all for fasad. When we go to the Quran to identify Gog and Magog, we find Allah destroyed a town. And then after Allah destroyed the town, He expelled the people of the town. And then He banned their return, that they could never return to reclaim this town as their own until Gog and Magog are released. And when they are released, then something will happen only once in history. And that is Gog and Magog will spread out all over the earth. And Allah created them with a power such that none but He can destroy them. No one could destroy them except Allah. And when they spread out all over the world with their indestructible power, they take control of power in the world. And as I said to you, this will happen only once in history. And when they take control of power all around the world, they will bring these people back to that town to reclaim it as their own. How do we identify Gog and Magog, and how do we identify the town? What is the town? Which is the town? And who are those who brought them to the town? The answer is to be found in the prophecy of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, connected to Gog and Magog. He said that Gog and Magog will be destroyed by Allah in Jerusalem.
What becomes of us? You reap what you sow. Oh. Get up. You may go into Karak, but you will die there. My master is here.
He said that Gog and Magog will be destroyed by Allah in Jerusalem. So if the town is Jerusalem, the people would be the Jews. It was the Jews who were expelled from Jerusalem, and then Allah placed a ban on them. They could never return to Jerusalem for 2,000 years. And then came a modern Western civilization, of which the Dutch were a particularly nasty part. Britain was sophisticated in its nastiness, but the Dutch were brutal in their nastiness. So when modern Western civilization took control of power in the world, they brought the Jews back to Jerusalem to reclaim it as their own, as a consequence of which Gog and Magog are located in modern Western civilization. They are those who control power in the modern West. This is the truth. The truth will prevail. Our prophet, Allah's blessing be upon him, prophesied that in the end time there will be great liars and therefore great deception. People who can't see beyond their nose cannot recognize deception and will be deceived. That's the majority of us today. Israel is advancing with her agenda. So what happened in Gaza is that Israel, which has a PhD in deception, wanted in 9/11 to justify what Israel is now doing before the world. They did it once before with something called the Holocaust. And the Holocaust made it possible for them to proceed to advance their mission in the world. They did it with 9/11, and now they've done it with October 7. What happened in October 7 has to be understood through connecting the dots, because whoever has the evidence will be killed. So don't ask me where is the evidence. When you don't know how to connect the dots, go back to school. Okay?